Hello and welcome back to the channel. We're going to be making a start on the Clio. I've got a boot full of bits which need to get bolted to it. I've got all sorts to do. I've got front brakes to do, front suspension, rear suspension, got a couple of shockers to go on the back, got new sumps, service kit, things like that. There's a lot to do. But because of that, really, I'm not going to go too in depth with it. You're not going to see me unbolting parts and things like that. But we'll just take you through what's been done as and when it has been done, and hopefully by the end of it we will have a nice little car. So I'll just talk you through as to what's going to be getting done. As you can see, brakes not the best. Looks like the brake cylinders have been leaking, so we've got new cylinders, new brake shoes and new fitting kits. I'll probably end up, although these brake pipes have already been replaced in the past, I will probably just put new ones of them in, because I am putting new front and rears, and I have also ordered new brake flexi pipes. Something did go wrong while it's being parked up. Obviously, as you can see, the lining's dropped off the shoe. Basically all that's caused that to happen is the fact that the brake cylinders are leaking. Basically just means that the material that holds the shoes in place has just gave up the ghost. It was advised about a mounting being defective, but as you can see there, it's just somebody's put one on and not fitted it correctly, so we'll just need to put that right. So back here there's going to be new shockers, which one failed and one was advised. I think this was the one that was a fail for a serious fluid leak. I'll be honest with you, that's fairly dry. Personally, I dare say that probably wouldn't even be an advisory. You probably advise it more on corrosion than a leak, more than anything, if I'm being entirely honest with you. But I've got a pair to go on it, and that'll keep the job right. As I said, front and rears. There to go on. It's gone here and things like that. So we've got a pair of them to go on. They're quite easy to do because there's a join there to do. What else? We've got a new sump to go on. It's leaking. We've got a new oil filter. Got new suspension arms, new drop links, and new disc and pads to go on the front. This side's already had a brake pipe with a flexi, which is handy. It looks like that caliper's not a million years old, believe it or not. Probably about the same sort of age. It's a little bit of fluid like oil everywhere, so I'll give it all a clean off just to make sure it's right. And then brake disc and pads. Putting a new caliper on this side because, as you can see here, the bleed nipple is non-existent. Probably is why when they've done the other side brake flexi, they've put one on. I mean, the bushes were advised on, and they were advised on corrosion. As you can see there, boots split. It's not the end of the world, but it's going to get done. And then we've got some new anti-roll bar links and things like that going. But overall, not a bad old car really. By the time it's all sorted, we should have a nice little rig on our hands here. And I dare say for $11.95 somebody will be getting quite a bargain. So I've run into issues straight off the bat. I've got all this side built up, it just needs everything adjusting up and the drum putting back on and all them other bits and pieces there. But my brake cylinders, they were wrong. It's fantastic. So I've had to go to local suppliers to get them. It means I'm going to have to mess around returning the others, which isn't ideal. And then it turns out also my brake discs were wrong. So I've had to go and get them from the local suppliers as well. It's not ideal. This is the issue with buying stuff online. Unless you know every single detail, which you don't tend to know until it's all stripped down, is, the parts can be wrong. So it's messed everything up completely. And being honest with you, now it's going to be in the back of my mind for the rest of it as to what else is wrong, So I'm still cracking on. I have the front and rear brake pipes done, the rear brake pipes done, the back brakes done. They just need adjusting up and setting up and with all the drums back on and everything like that. So there is a good progress. New brake cylinders, new shoes, new fitting kits, and then we'll go underneath. As you can see here, new brake pipes. These were the copper ones, they've already been replaced, but there's no point messing around with them. New front and rears, all the way to the little joint up here. So they just need bleeding off and adjusting up and everything, and they'll be as right as rain. One thing I would suggest you to do, especially on an old car like this, if you're doing all these brake pipes, make sure you gravity bleed them first, because last thing you want to do is push that pedal down, trying to bleed them up, and to knock a seal inside the master cylinder. I've had it happen before in the past. So all you have to do, start furthest away from the master cylinder, which is this side, I believe, on this. Crack the blade nipple off and just let gravity do its thing. It'll then draw some fluid through, and then once you've done that with all of them, you can then bleed it up properly. It just basically means that there's always something there for the brake master cylinder. It's just a good bit of maintenance. I have had to order this exhaust mount. It wasn't sat in properly. I think somebody's done that because it has given up on life, because as soon as I put it in right, it was just gone. So for the sake of a tenner, that's been ordered. Back here, all that is left to do is the rear shockers, and then it's onto the front end. So just while waiting on these rear brakes to gravity bleed a little bit, just thought I'd let you know that doing this sort of thing makes me miserable. I don't enjoy working on cars anymore. So if you can do, if you want to show your appreciation, if you haven't done so already, just go down below, hit that like and subscribe button. It doesn't make me any money in any way, shape or form, but what it does is it suggests to other people out there that this might be the sort of content they might enjoy. So if you can do, please do that. It helps me out and helps the channel out massively. We're getting very close to 2,000 subscribers. So if you can do, please do, and if you have done, thank you very much. Right then, crikey me, I really am off the pace with working on cars. It's taken way too long to do this. I'm on my second day on it already. Should have took me a day. Rear shockers are on both sides. They were straightforward enough to do. And today I have done the sump. It's all nice, shiny, brand new, with a new oil filter up there. The oil filter actually wasn't that old. So it looks like it's been getting looked after. I've put the new caliper on with the new discs and pads. On this side, I just need to do the brake flexi, and then it's on to doing the suspension arms, and then I dare say we're going to be on the home stretch. Hopefully them arms don't put up too much of a fight for us, because I'm struggling as it is. And my new mount's here as well, so I'll get that bashed on today as well. We have it. We're done. At least for the mechanical side of it anyway. It took way longer than what it should have done. This is the issue I have when I'm prepping cars. Because I'm here on my own, I'm doing this, that and the other, and I can never be solely focused on this. But also as well, I'm so off the pace for stuff that it takes a lot longer than what it should do anyway. So, new rear brakes, see there with the fittings, new cylinders, new brake pipes. As we already mentioned, the shockers, pair of them, both brand new. And then we've got the front and rears. Not the prettiest job in the world, but they'll do. New low suspension arms, new drop links. And then we have new discs and pads with a new caliper. Got one new brake flexi here. And then all left to do is just fasten that back up. And then we've got a new brake pipe there. Also, back here you'll see new brake flexis, and then, as I said, new sump oil filter, and the same on this side, new anti-roll bar link, new bottom arm, and then new discs and pads. Oh, relatively straightforward. It's just obviously being out of touch, hitting stumbling blocks like siege bolts and things like that take a bit longer, and plus I don't really have much in the way of tools here at the moment. Oh, and I also forgot to mention I have put the new exhaust mount on, as you can see. It's done. Also found some wheel trims for it. They were on the Bacanto. Brand spanker as well. Didn't know if I could get a bag when I bought that thing for 150 quid. But I've saved myself 20 quid and it looks good on this, doesn't it? Yeah. So just about everything's done. It's just some daft cosmetic bits and some final checks. I know there's a side light on the front and I need to sort out the back lights interacting with each other. It's basically a bad earth. Other than that, needs someone doing with the radio. I have plans on taking the one out my van because I've got Apple CarPlay to put in that. So it'll have the Bluetooths and the dabs and things like that. And then other than that, it's just Valton and some boot struts. They work, but you have to like get it right up and give it a second. But we'll get some of them sorted for it as well. I am tired. On the plus side though, we're moving house. Oh, well, getting kicked out of my house. I found my old work jacket. Looks horrible as hell, but I tell you, toasty warm, which is the main thing. Hey. I didn't enjoy that. Not one single bit. But I hope you did. But we'll leave it at that, I think. I don't think you just want to see me wash it and change the side light bulb. Oh, I've got the air filter left to do as well. I always forget something. But if you want to see how it gets on, you'll have to check out my weekly updates. Well, fortnightly updates, shall we say now. And as always, all the usual links will be in the description down below. You'll find me on Facebook, Instagram, and the old TikTok under the name Foster's Castles. You'll also find a link for my website down below. And do not forget, if you can, please hit that like and subscribe button. It helps justify things like this for me, really. Other than that, all that's left to say is I will catch you on the next one.